men the scheme, and he then went to women, became more sophisticated this time around. He told women that you are more equal than men. This is now corporate at its best. In fact, to the extent of saying, if not only can you do what a man can do, you can actually do much more than what men can do. That's corporate. That's feminism. They actually got to the extent of saying, in fact, we don't need a man. Why do we need a man? I mean, I can do anything that a man can do, if not more. It's the same devil. Because the devil knows that without a man, you cannot reproduce. You cannot. Whatever you do, you cannot. But the part that I want to raise is that the way the devil is so subtle, the way the devil is so cunning about his ways, he presents a noble idea, a sound idea. Then we now come as highly educated women, right? And now we are being given these positions, which is good in the corporate world. And there's gonna be this BEE strategy or EE, employment equity, right? Employment equity that says that there must be a representation of whatever percentage of female in the boardroom in certain position. It all sounds good. But the underlying tone underneath there is the strategy of the enemy. Why is it the strategy of the enemy? It is because as corporate women, you're going to be chasing this corporate ladder. While you're chasing this corporate ladder, and while you speak to men and see yourself that not only are you equal to men, but you're actually senior, or you can actually do more than them. In fact, most of them, you are more qualified than them. In fact, most of them, they are more junior to you. You are more senior to them. But the price that you're going to pay in chasing this status is family time. It's family time. Because you're going to be working around the clock to prove that you deserve this position. You're going to be working around the clock to prove that you can do this. And working around the clock, who's going to be cooking for your children at home? A maid. Who's going to be raising your children? A nanny. Who's going to be meeting the needs of your husband? Because he has needs that were created by God and put in him when God created him. Who's going to meet his needs? Because when you come back from home, you come back exhausted. You are tired. You can't do anything. You feel like you just want to have a bath, a bubble bath, and then go straight to bed and sleep. You don't have, not only do you not have time to be intimate with your husband, you don't have the appetite. Watinecha. You are irritable because of how they irritated you at work, because of how they treated you at work, because of how this boss of yours does not even appreciate the hard work that you're putting, because of these junior people that they were able to respect the leaders when it was the white people who were in those senior positions. Now it is a black person that's in this position. Now you must prove yourself because they're not going to treat you the same way they treat the white people. Now you must prove yourself that because I am female and everybody says this is a man's world. In the boardroom, there are men all around. You are the only female that is there. At some point, they make silly jokes and they ask you, being executive like them, to go make them tea. That's how they see you. That's what we go through as black women. Not only in South Africa. the entire world. But this is the devil's strategy, which we read in the book of Joshua. By the time they get home, they are too tired to be intimate with their wives. In our case, that now women as corporate women, by the time we get home, we're too tired to be intimate with our husbands. Look guys, as I'm saying this thing, I'm really not preaching it from those grapes are sour kind of things. I know what I'm talking about. I'm speaking from experience. I don't want you to get me wrong to say, yeah, you're saying that because you wish that you would have been having those positions. I've been through that. I've got my t-shirt. Just like Paul, when Paul speaks, he says that I am a Hebrew of Hebrews, from the tribe of Benjamin, circumcised on the 8th day. But all those things, I count them but dung, so that I can know Yahusha and the price that he paid for me and the deliverance that he gave me. He is saying, Paul, all this pedigree that everybody else would wish that they have, I'm not going to boast about those things. I'm going to boast about knowing him and him alone, and him being nailed on the tree for me, that I may have life and have it more abundantly, that I may know his kingdom, that I may know his ways. I'm going to let all this pedigree that I have aside. Put it aside and focus on Christ. I'm saying this, I'm not saying that those grapes are sour. I'm saying if there's anyone that could be wanting to chase after this, it is not worth it. It is painful. I've gone through it myself. Yes, just like Paul said, I have an MBA from a very highly esteemed university in UK, Henley Business School. I have it. 2013, I actually have it. I went to London Business School. I was in London. I started in London Business School. As far as qualifications are concerned, a candidate, I am currently a Chartered Financial Analyst candidate. It's not easy to be a CFA candidate. As far as the positions are concerned, I have had a position of Chief Investment Officer, Chief Financial Officer, Group CFO, Group Finance Director. So it's not a matter of those grapes are sour. It's a matter of I have been through this path, I have landed, I've seen how painfully it is, how unsatisfying it is. Yes, you're going to get your millions, which I did get at the end of the day. Yes, you're going to drive those fast cars, which I did. Yes, you're going to go to those beautiful and nice holidays, which I did. At what price? It's the same tact of the devil. The same scheme of reducing them. I wanted to have 4 kids. Currently I have 2 and I'm having 2. I'm not going to have more. Too old to have kids now. But I have 4. I wanted to have 4 kids. This is a painful response from my husband when I told him that I wanted to have 4 kids. He said to me, why do you want 4 kids? You are never there. You are never there even with the one that you have. So you're going to have 4 kids for who? For the nanny. For who? Isn't this the strategy of let us reduce them, depopularizing them? Nothing new under the sun. What was will be and is actually happening. It's just that it just comes in a more sophisticated ways right now. Just like I said, the devil did not just approach Eve that is saying eat the fruit. He promised him something. He promised her something. He said, you're going to be smart. You're going to be wise. If you do this, this is what's going to happen. He sold him an idea. He sold her this thing.